I don't know if you know who I am, but I'm the pond police. So I come and I take ponds away for boys that haven't been good. Have you guys been good? We are in Nashville with Derek Johnson, and this has got to be the biggest project you've done to date.
It's absolutely. This is, yeah, definitely the biggest recreation pond.
I saw this all over Facebook this spring.
Yep.
So this is a couple months old?
Yep, a couple months old. March. It was done in March, first week of March.
How did this job come to be?
They were considering putting in a fiberglass pool, and they wanted to know if I could put a waterfall on the side of it. What is it?
We're trying to film here, buddy.
Hello.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
This is Greg, the pond guy.
Hi.
Can I give you a hug too?
Sure.
You're the one that took care of all of our certified contractors out here, right?
Yeah.
And what was your name?
Leona.
Leona, the pond guy, right. So this is quite an extensive project here.
Yeah.
Was this your idea? Was this your husband's?
We were going to put a pool back here.
Uh-huh.
And we were really close to signing on with a company and putting one in, and then I had a random conversation with Derek.
We did
Started
FaceTime.
by calling about putting in a waterfall into our pool
Okay.
and having him do it.
Uh-huh.
And we talked and went around and around and around, and then it was like, well, I can make you a natural swimming pond. Definitely sparked their interest.
So now that you've lived with it for 3 or 4 months, what do you think?
Yeah, we love it. The kids love swimming in it, diving for the fish. We have people over all the time. It's great.
I bet you it freaks people out because they're so not used to seeing it.
Yeah, the response has been varied. Most people are very comfortable with it, but I mean, everybody just thinks it's amazing.
It's a lot less maintenance than a swimming pool. Most people have a swimming pool, they have a guy that comes out once a week to do the water
Okay,
treatments and the
right.
chemicals and the filters. You're not cleaning the filters here once a week.
Nope.
Who's this guy?
Those are the ones that love the pond right there.
I gotta ask you questions about this
Yeah.
pond. I don't know if you know who I am, but I'm the pond police. So I come and I take ponds away for boys that haven't been good. Have you guys been good? Should I take the pond away or should I leave it for you to swim?
Leave it.
Okay, that's a deal. I'll shake on that. Do you like to swim with the fish?
Yes. Yes.
Isn't that fun? Is it better than a regular swimming pool?
Yes. Yes.
That's right. That's the right answer. What would you recommend to somebody that is thinking about doing a recreation pond?
It is more natural. It looks nicer. We can enjoy it all year round versus
Yes.
maybe one part of the year.
Right.
And especially depending on how far north you live, there's a very short window of swimming time.
Yep.
And a much longer window of just enjoying it.
What did you think of the process, seeing all of these guys come together to build this? I mean, were you a little bit concerned when you saw a giant hole and all the mud that came out of it?
Not really. I mean, we've been around construction sites before, but
Okay.
everything that the guys did always instilled confidence in what they were doing, and we felt really comfortable with the work they were doing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get jealous with these kids swimming in here. for people to understand this process, what did you actually go through to create this recreation water feature?
Obviously the phone call with the client, they wanted a fiberglass pool, wanted something more natural, waterfall on the side. We talked about a recreation pond, swimming. So it was just a nice back and forth conversation with Leon and Barron. Called in the big guns. I had Sean and April Frost, John Adams and his team, Tristan and Hunter, and then also Brian Hoagland came up and worked, and Chris Ostrander as well.
You have 4 separate companies, 4 certified aquascape contractor companies, all coming together to build this recreation pond in the spring. We just heard from the customer, she said it exceeded their expectations. What are some of the misperceptions that people have about a natural recreation pond versus a swimming pool?
Sure, really, it's the visual. You know, when people think of pond, they think of green water, they think of muck, they think of just, you know, it's stagnant. They don't think of pristine water quality, you know, and not only this, so a regular swimming pool, right? They're beautiful, don't get me wrong. Swimming pools are great, but there's no real interest, you know, there's no fish, there's no areas to explore. I mean, that one rock right there, we excavated that out of through the excavation, and it's got a natural hole in it where water has literally flowed through thousands of years. And we're able to put it back and let water come back through it. You can't do that with a regular pool.
And like she said, a regular pool you can only use so many months out of the year. This you can enjoy 365.
Think about the ice formations on the waterfalls when it's frozen. I mean, that's just a whole other element. And then the lights, it's not like your regular pool lights, which just kind of, you know, blows the whole thing up and exposes it. This is just subtle lighting here and there. So yeah, at night, and then the wintertime, yeah, when the ice formations come off the waterfall and it's got light shining on it, it's 4 seasons.
And this is the thing too, people think bacteria is bad, but we have bacteria in our body. In fact, if we didn't have bacteria, we would die. What isn't natural is chlorine. Chlorine is a chemical. Exposure to chlorine, you could actually, if you get chlorine gas, you could kill you. It's a man-made chemical, and people, the whole natural movement of getting back to our roots, this is good. I was putting that water in my mouth and spitting it out because guess what? You need to ingest some of this. It's healthy for you. This is how we grew up. This is how we evolved. We did not evolve and grow up with chlorine. It's been around for 100 years. We evolved with natural bacteria in the water. And people want to keep their kids from getting bacteria, but the reality is you get sick when you don't have bacteria.
That's right. Boost the immune system. And it's even kind of funny, I'm not an expert on probiotics, but it's kind of the same thing. You know, we need probiotics in our guts for that gut flora. Same thing with ecosystem ponds.
Right. What kombucha is to probiotics, pods could be, you know, for bacteria. What was the process to build this?
This was an aggregate patio, like where we're sitting in the spot. So that was like day one, was to come in and demo the aggregate patio. The big dogwood over there, that was actually sitting just behind you. So we had to excavate that, move that over, and then it was just starting to dig the shelves and move everything around. And we've got rock staged everywhere. This fence, the fence had to be taken down. So it was a very calculated process to go through the whole thing. So excavation, setting rock, moving around, working with teams, working with deliveries, because gosh, I can't even remember the tonnage on, it's tons and tons and tons. 23,000 gallons of water is in this thing.
How many tons of stone did you actually bring in for this?
I can't remember what it was. I'd have to look that up. I should know that. A lot.
Probably a good 180, 70, 80 tons.
That's, you know, now that you say that, I feel like we were almost at 100 tons because we added the outcroppings, and this thing is 6 foot deep. A lot of tonnage just goes in the gravel of the wetland filter, which that's where the beneficial.
How deep is the wetland filter that you have here?
I think we went down 3 feet on the wetland filter for the bottom, the aqua blocks that goes on the bottom. So it came up from there and built up, so 3 feet.
And this is a brand new pond, and it's already established. You said it went through about a 2-week cloudy period. She added extra bacteria. It cleaned right up. And the biological filter, the wetland filters, will be cleaned once a year. Us pool maintenance drops typically once a week. Once a year to once a week. I'd say a recreation pond is the future.
I agree.
Good work,
pleasure.
brother.
Pleasure doing this. I had a blast.
And I feel absolutely fantastic and refreshed from that.
You had a beautiful swim.
And this is what kids need to be doing. They need to be outside in nature, drawing them out, playing. Did you see how excited he was to see the tadpoles and to see the fish? They wouldn't get that way with a swimming pool.
What they say, there's the one big fish in there. Nobody's been able to touch the big fish. So that's the goal for the kids, to swim and touch the big fish.
And that's what makes my job so fun, is seeing families actually getting to enjoy, seeing customers who are working with the Certified Aquascape Contractor Network to get this done, and just the whole thing. This is just, I love my job. This is just a great day. Oh my gosh, this is the perfect way to end a day. Oh. like, comment, and subscribe. Follow along as we see how cool people live the aquascape lifestyle with Recreation Ponds.